Well Together podcast. Welcome to Well Together podcast. In each episode, inspiring conversations from wellness experts will guide you towards a better life. If you are ready, let's start our healthy life journey. In this episode,
we have the pleasure of hosting one of our esteemed guests, Crina Okumus. She inspires people to never give up on their dreams through her podcast, Dream Again. Today, it's our turn to be inspired. We'll delve into Crina's first-hand experience of the transformative 5-day water fasting program at TheLifeCo Bodrum. We prepared a set of questions for her, and she responded to each with heartfelt honesty. Stay tuned for another rejuvenating episode of the Well Together series.
Hello, my name is Crina Okumus and I'm very happy to be part of this amazing podcast. I'm a seeker, I'm an entrepreneur and a mother. I had my own fashion company living between San Francisco and Italy and Switzerland. I am fascinated by the dreams of people. This is why after a personal story, when I lost a very important person in my life, I start to answer to the question, why? Why I'm here and how can I serve? That's why I have my own podcast, which is called Dream Again. And I'm trying to inspire many more to never give up of their dreams.
Thank you for joining us, Crina. We'd like to begin by asking, what inspired you to join a wellness program at TheLifeCo?
I decided to join the TheLifeCo Wellbeing wellness program because I believe that the fast-paced nature of life can become overwhelming for anyone. Personally, I felt the need to take a break from the constant hustle and bustle and reconnect with myself. Many of my friends has been going to TheLifeCo for several years, and every time they returned, they were rejuvenated and full of energy. Their positive experience inspired me to take a pause in my own life journey, and I wanted to embark on this wellness program to reconnect with myself and recharge my own energy.
You know, TheLifeCo offers a range of rejuvenating programs, and the water fasting is often considered one of the most challenging. What motivated you to choose this particular program?
That's a very good question. I choose water fasting for several reasons. First, I've been dealing with some health issues caused by stress. Who doesn't, right? And I wanted a way to reset my body and give it a chance to heal. Water fasting, as we probably all know, has been shown so many benefits, including the ability to reduce inflammation, boost to the immune system, and add in weight loss. One of the key benefits is that after day 3, I don't know if you guys know, your body enters a state of ketosis, which triggers cellular regeneration. This helps to repair damaged cells and promote overall health and wellness. So overall, I believe water fasting is a powerful tool for healing and restoring balance in the body. But I believe that while water fasting can be beneficial, is not something that you have to try without a proper education and guidance. I think it's crucial to talk to a doctor, and this is why either it's from TheLifeCo, and I love that there you really have doctors and personal advisors before you are embarking on a water fasting journey. And I really highly recommend reading the Fast Like a Girl book to learn more about the unique challenges and considerations for women when it comes to water fasting. Remember, this isn't just a passing fad, it's not like a trend. It's a health and wellness approach that requires thoughtful consideration. So do your research and seek professional guidance.
Then it's time to ask, what specific benefits did you experience during water fasting?
Oh, there are so many. First of all, beyond the mental and emotional benefits, I also experienced tangible physical improvement. First of all, my inflammation level decreased significantly. I was shocked. Like, I could really not recognize myself in the mirror just after 2 or 3 days. And I felt energized and invigorated through the fast. It was remarkable for me that I had so much energy despite only consuming just water and a little bit of salt. I have to tell you a secret. If you put a drop of lemon, I don't know if the doctors, they will hate this, they will hear it, but what I learned into my whole water fasting, I put a drop of lemon, which was really invigorating, and I felt like this was like a life-changing on my whole day challenging, let's say. I was able to engage in my regular exercise routine, which was the morning walks and even yoga, sometimes challenging yoga. And I even had the motivation to try new activities, not to mention also the lost weight during the fast. Overall, the physical benefits were remarkable, and they only added to the already impressive mental and emotional advantages of the fast. Really helps you to connect with yourself. I think I never was so connected with myself than during this water fasting process.
You know, it sounds quite interesting to connect with yourself through a water fasting experience.
Yes, you know why? Because we have so much noise, and everything, it starts with a noise from outside, obviously, you know, like all this noise, but as well it's the noise inside, all the information that we give to our body, all the food that we are eating, all the alcohol or sugar and carbohydrates, everything. And when you do a stop with everything, you know, in not only the mental and socialize and all this, but as well, just don't give too much information. Then you really can connect. It was mind-blowing for me.
I think we are really curious about, your challenges to say, with water fasting. How did you overcome them?
Oh my gosh. I definitely encountered challenges during my water fasting journey, but I was able to overcome them with determination and resilience. For me, I think the biggest challenge was the psychological aspect of not eating for an extended period of time. It was really difficult to resist the urge to eat, especially when I was surrounded by delicious food during a cooking class. That was for me the biggest challenge. I could really smell all the food, even though they start with simple dishes, but it was the perfume, everything is changing. You start to really appreciate it's mindfulness at the end, every single step when you are eating and smelling and colors. But I stayed strong and focused on the health benefits of fasting. I really didn't want to do anything, even testing from it. I also practice mindful breathing and self-care techniques to help me through these thought moments. And at the end, I felt accomplished and proud of myself for sticking to my goal. The challenges were tough, but ultimately, they were worth it for the sense of accomplishment and the health benefits that I experienced. And I remember when I met with other people in TheLifeCo, and most of them, they were doing juices and they were eating, and they looked at me and was like, oh, poor girl, she's really doing water fasting. And I felt I was the most energized. I never felt like I'm hungry after the day 2. So I think it's really much easier than juices and other. I tried mimicking fasting. I tried many different fasting and juices. But for me, honestly, after day 2, for me it was much easier than anything else. That's why I started with 3 days of water fasting. I felt amazing, and I moved it to 5 days. I wanted to even do it longer, but I was just afraid for the coming back. I had a very long trip back home with 2 flights, a train, and some taxi and so on. So I wanted to make sure that I'm a little bit charged with some fuel.
It appears this experience wasn't solely about the body, right? You emphasized connecting with yourself. Would you agree if we referred to it as a mental fasting also?
Yeah, this is exactly what I told you, because you don't get so much information. You don't have so much information with the food and everything around you. You just fully connect with yourself. You can really I'm practicing meditation almost every single day. And I could really, reconnect with myself. I could really have a much more silent in my mind. And it's mind-blowing. In such a short time. I repeat this, connect with myself. As soon as you connect with yourself, and I think this is one of the most beautiful tools to do besides journaling and meditating, but this water fasting can really speed it up. When you do that, when you connect with yourself, you can connect with everything else. Then you can really get the point of, why do I need to do more plant-based? Then you can reconnect with your friends, with your family. You can reconnect with, obviously, nature. You can really understand why you should eat more plant-based and not so much maybe animals. That I'm not saying that you should eat plant-based or not, but for me was like changing moment, because I start to pay more attention of what I'm eating and why I'm eating that. So it's a holistic approach. But I think if you don't connect with yourself, nothing of the other ones are working.
We hosted you at TheLifeCo Bodrum. Would you like to share your experiences with other services?
If you think about coming back during the fall, I think is the best time, because you still feel you are in the summer, not with so many tourists. And what other services I have been experienced? Massages. I feel like in heaven, and I really love them, all of them. They were amazing. The mindfulness workshops were deeply impactful for me. The yoga classes were both challenging, but as well rejuvenating. What really truly stood out of the sense as well was the sense of community. I know it's not part of the paid services, but it's something that you don't feel in other places. Connecting with other like-minded individuals and sharing the experience together created a sense of connection and support that is really hard to replicate. It was really a holistic and meaningful experience that left a lasting impression. And I have to say that many of the people that I met there, they became friends, and we are planning to come back together there.
We believe this question is on the minds of those who decide to visit TheLifeCo for the first time. How did your initial expectations align with your actual experience?
I have to be very honest. I wasn't sure what to expect, and I remember I arrived really, really late after 2 planes, and it was a long journey for me. And then I was thinking, oh my God, I'm tired. And on the top of this, starting with tomorrow, I will start my water fasting, which at the end, for your mind, you feel like, oh my God, this is like a torture. What I'm doing here? I have to tell you a secret. I was thinking to go back. I was like, what I'm doing here? So the expectations, they were very different at the beginning, even though I had a lot of recommendations from my friends. With the help of the team, and this is something that I really want to say thank you. The team at Bodrum, it was fantastic. They were amazing. They were really hunting me everywhere where I was to make sure that I'm drinking enough water, I'm hydrating, and I take my salt, Himalaya salt, and I try once to convince them to give me a little bit of tea. It was impossible. They explained me that if I stop the fasting, it's just a pity. And I want to really say a big thank to the team. They were really amazing. I had heard great things about TheLifeCo, as I mentioned before, and I was a little bit skeptical about how much it would really impact me during this time. However, once I arrived and immersed myself in the experience, I realized how profound it was. My expectations were completely shared in the best way possible. The lasting effects of the retreat have been truly remarkable. I feel more mindful, balanced, and connected in all aspects of my life. It's clear that TheLifeCo is more than just a retreat. For me, it's a holistic transformation that stays with you long after your level. That's why my husband and I wait until my kid will grow and will be old enough that we can all go together, because I'm talking a lot about this experience.
We firmly believe that the LifeCo experience transitions into a new phase upon your departure. Have you integrated any routines or practices from your time at the LifeCo into your daily life?
Oh my goodness. Yes. The LifeCo experience really completely changed my daily routine. It was inspired by the step-by-step guidance in the workshops when I was there, and I decided to incorporate, since I came back, 1 day of water fasting into my weekly routine. I have to be honest, I don't do it every single week, but I really try to incorporate it. That's my target. And let me tell you, it was tough at first to do the water fasting with the family and cooking for others, but the benefits were undeniable. I feel more energetic and clear-headed when I'm doing on that day, and my body felt lighter and healthier. However, as a woman, as I mentioned before, I have to be mindful of my hormonal cycle and adjust my fasting schedule accordingly. It was a little bit of balancing act, but it was worth it. It's really important for a woman when it's fasting. And the mindfulness aspect of the experience that I had as well also had a big impact to me. It helped me to become more present, and I include it as well as a reminder in my day-to-day routine. The connection to the nature and the benefits of plant-based food that I learned during my time there were undeniable. Overall, I feel very grateful for the experience, and I can't wait to come back for another round. The LifeCo team, as I mentioned, provided a transformative and life-changing experience. I'm not joking. I pay attention when I'm using words. It was really, for me, a life-changing experience, and I will never forget it. The mindfulness, connection to the nature, and plant-based focus have truly enriched my life and made me a happier and healthier person. So I want to thank LifeCo, and I hope I can see you soon.
It was lovely, but we can't keep ourselves asking an extra question. How do you describe the most notable changes in Crina before and after the LifeCo experience?
I mean, first of all, I came back as a more calm person, a more slimmer person, because you see that immediately. And you really see, especially because the inflammation of the body is reducing. It's mind-blowing. So I think this is important. I was a little bit of a stress for my family, because I was like, from this day, guys, you are plant-based. Now I will explain you why. And I did this mindfulness eating with my daughter before, because I incorporate that. I learned it during the workshops at LifeCo as well. It was a good reminder, but I really incorporated much more. So I was a little bit annoyed at the beginning probably, because I really want to incorporate it into my family day-to-day routine as well. And yeah, I think thinner, full of energy, and on the same time, very calmer.
Thank you for sharing your experiences with us, Crina. They've been incredibly insightful. Do you have any words to add?
I want to say thank you. I'm really happy to even understand the story of founder, and it's impressive. I'm really inspired by everything that is happening. I can't wait to try the other places, locations of LifeCo. As I mentioned before, I truly believe that LifeCo, it's not just a retreat, it's a holistic transformation that stays with you long after you leave from there. And I want to thank you again, and I can't wait to come back.
It will be our pleasure to host you again. Thank you for joining us in this episode.
Well Together Podcast. Inspiring stories from the LifeCo.
Let's listen Cindy Co. She was one of our esteemed guests who joined a 21-day water fasting program at the LifeCo Phuket. Cindy shares her experience about how she felt renewed, cleansed, connected, and centered.
8 months ago, I did my first water fast at home for 6 days, and I learned about it on the TheLifeCo website, and I felt amazing afterwards. I've been craving for that feeling ever since. So it just made sense for me to come here for my second time to do it properly. And TheLifeCo is the only place that I really trust to do something drastic like this. And they're the only place, I think, in Phuket that offers a really well-rounded water fasting program. After the water fasting program, I feel super connected to myself. And I'm still centered. I have so much clarity. I'm really here to learn, and I'm really here to take away information and knowledge that really changes my life. Well-being is so important. You need to have that awareness to really live a genuinely, authentically happy, full life. You need to be connected to your body, and you need to be connected to your heart, your mind, and your soul. And the only way to do that sometimes is to get rid of the toxins, right? And to get rid of the things that don't serve you. And the water fast that I just did is for my physical well-being. It's to get rid of all the crap that my body doesn't need so that I can focus on listening to what it needs. And so moving forward, I think everyone needs to reflect on their lifestyle, reflect on how they think, reflect on how they feel, and be able to express that to yourself. And just, live a more self-aware, conscious lifestyle. And ultimately, it's for yourself.
Well Together Podcast.
Are you ready to create the best version of yourself? Your transformation journey starts at TheLifeCo. With over 18 years of experience, TheLifeCo Wellbeing is committed to helping you achieve optimal health and well-being with a unique range of programs and retreats. Holistic well-being experiences that promote longevity and meaning in your life await you at TheLifeCo centers in Bodrum, Antalya, and Phuket. Visit thelifeco.com today to start your wellness journey.
Next episode of the Well Together podcast.
Meditation, what is not and why it matters.
Thank you for listening Well Together podcast.